Going on a brief training hike this morning before work. I do have Sweetie Pie with me. She's being a brat. Wanted to see where this road went. I'm going to kind of be silent and just let y'all look at the nature. Had some heavy rain during the night. I'm actually going to go through some apartments and houses up here. Deer. Don't know if I got the camera up there in time for you to see the if that was a deer or an elk. I just saw the back of it. One moment. This is a sort of an unofficial trail here in Grand Canyon. Forgive the camera shaking. I don't have my gimbal with me. And basically, it's an employee-only road back here. We may go through, there's a public campground back here that we may see part of. But it's used, park personnel go down to it. I think they do wildlife management, different things down here and over here by Cedar Mountain. So, and the only people that really have access to it are supposed to be employees, but we may well see other people over here. And I know there's other employees that like to walk their dogs over here. So, I don't know how long it is total or how far we're going to get today. Don't have a lot of time, but I have to go back and finish getting ready for work. I've been looking at different equipment that I'm going to need for the Camino, and I ordered, not planning on taking a whole sleeping bag. I'm going to be sleeping indoors, and it's a pretty little kind of area. Anyway, and it's kind of been recommended by others, and I think it's what I'm going to do. Is just to take a sleeping bag liner, even though we're going to Spain in the start of the colder months. And then I'm going to take a small down throw, and if it's colder, I'll put it inside the sleeping bag liner. You need the sleeping bag liner. Some of them do not provide any kind of bed linens. We're going to be staying at hostels. Some of them provide some paper sheets. For the most part, you need to bring your own towels, and in your backpack you have to carry it on your back. So I'm busy gathering all my materials. My backpack was in that storage unit that burned, or whatever the heck that was that happened to it. And I've got to buy a new backpack. So I think my next big purchase is going to be ordering my pack. And I'm going to get one from ULA. I keep looking at different possibilities on that pack to save money, and there are ways to save money, and all of them for the most part include added weight. I'm not sure which one of these would go down, but let's try to go to the right just to see what's down here. Now that is San Francisco Peaks over there. There could be someone's house down here too, but this area looks fenced off, so this doesn't look like it's the access road. It looks like it may be water treatment or something. Sure what that is, but it's not accessible. Some kind of treatment plant. It's gorgeous back here because, like I said, people really don't come back here very often. All right, come back around this way, sweetie. I've never, headed down this way, so I wasn't really sure what was down here. Right after the snow all melted off, this was so muddy down here that it was such a mess to try to come down. I attempted a couple times and it was just a mess. Some sort of big old, I'd say we have wild horses here. I'd say they've been back here. You see, it turns into a narrower road. And then at some point it turns into more of a trail road. But Yeah, it looks like the horses have been back here. There's wild horses out here, and then there are also feral horses. And of course, coyotes. And so I don't really know how many miles I'm doing. I need to figure it out. I do have on my counter, which not totally accurate, but in the comments below, I will include how many miles that I think today was, just based on my step counter. Pretty rocky. This is actually good training for the Camino because a lot of really ancient rocky walks, old Roman torn up roads, and then just some, I don't know what you call it, some of the trail has got, I don't know, it's like the rock at some point way back in history and time was liquid or maybe eroded with water in a shape like that. Later on this week, I have plans to, I'm not going to get all the way down because I'm not quite trained to that point yet, but I'm going to go and do as much of the Bright Angel Trail as I can, and then I'm going to go do the South Kaibab as much as I can. Not going to go all the way to the bottom. Just not going to have the time to get all that done. That I had really had plans on hiking down to the backpacking to the bottom and then camping and then coming back up. But that's just not going to happen due to the change in plans. Yeah, you can see this gets more rugged and yeah. Now, a friend of mine likes to walk her dog down in here every day, one of my co-workers. So we may run into her along the way. And we may run into a ranger down in here. See the purple flowers? See, hold on here. Sorry, but you just... there we go. Not going to look as pretty on the camera. Now, Sweetie Pie is just really being a brat and just jerking me around here this morning, so my apologies. Okay. I think that's my neighbor. My friend from work. Morning. Today is the day my hours change, so I don't go to work till 8:30. Oh. Yeah. I have weird hours all this week. So, anyway. Good morning. I got my brat here. Yeah. Oh, good. They're going to meet and talk a second.
Yeah, they are.
I'm taking video for my YouTube channel. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a YouTube channel?
Working on getting it started. I've had it a long time and it basically ignored it, but I'm trying to recording some of my walking and training, get ready for the Camino and the fall. So
The Camino.
yeah, in Spain, yeah.
That's what I thought. Wow, that's one heck of a
Yeah.
traverse.
We're gonna go do that, myself and somebody I know. See, the dog loves sweetie pie, wants to bark at me.
She just likes talking. She's a sassy girl.
Well, she's awful smart. She says, get back over here. Let's smell of each other a little longer.
Yeah.
Well,
I gotta go.
we'll see you later. Bye-bye. You too. So anyway, that was one of my co-workers. Like I say, this trail really, what we should find back here is pretty much employees, you know, of the park. So now Sweetie Pie gets highly excited when we walk back here. And I think there are so many wild animal scents and stuff that she just, and she's not been behaving real well. And I think we've had some bad weather and rain lately. The monsoons here are kind of starting up a little bit early, and she just hasn't gotten enough exercise. So, Sweet Pie. Yeah, you can see where the horses have been here. I'm gonna leave that. She's got that leash underneath her leg. Maybe she'll quit pulling him. I need to remember to get her halter on her when we go out. So anyway, that's what we're doing. Now there are some steep parts to this trail. We just haven't hit them yet. But we're in Grand Canyon National Park on a public, it's not a public access area. I guess we're gonna have to stop and hold on. Okay, she got it undone. But it's kind of a cool area. And eventually you can walk all this down. We won't have time today, but you can walk this all down, going down over into Cedar Mountain and then come back up. It's kind of a cool walk, actually. Okay. Come on, Sweet Pie. Yeah, I don't want to have to. You have to. There are a lot of deer back here. You got to check for ticks when we get done. On yourself and the dog. Even though you're not on any brush, she is constantly wandering over to the edge, and so you can see it's real typical Grand Canyon scenery. It's a very green part of the year. We recently had the snow melt off, and now we've actually started in to our monsoon season a little bit. Oh, get away from that. Get away. That's a cactus. And that's a full bore, and you get full of those needles, and I'd be calling in sick to work so we could dig it out. Oh, yeah, not good. I've done that with myself on hikes and dogs before. Me and Winston, my basset hound, and I used to walk outside of Palm Springs, and in Palm Springs. And there was a type of cactus there. You can write in the comments below if you know what it might have been called. But you didn't even have to touch it. All you had to do was get somewhere near it where somehow it sensed you. And it would shoot out. And it shot him, the whole side of his body, and then all up and down my legs, full of spiny needles with barbs on the end. And I had to get pliers and dig them out of him and myself. And it was not a fun event. Now these are just prickly pears that I've seen out here so far. I've not really seen anything kind of more than that. Come, Sweet Pie. got herself hobbled. No, she just doesn't behave. It's my fault. I'm not, yeah. All right. All right, you're going back to the short leash. Yeah, well, she just, plus this morning, she's just not behaving well. So, you can see it's pretty rugged. And even though the Park Service takes their vehicles out here, and they've had some vans out here. Someone saw them, I think it was vans that were out here doing some animal research. There's been some condors out here, California condors. I think there might be a mating pair up on the Cedar Mountain, but if they're not on Cedar Mountain, they're up in one of the, underneath one of the cliffs over there. And they wouldn't really tell the general public if they had a nest where they were. They wouldn't even tell the other park employees, I don't think, for the safety of the birds. But no, they're over there somewhere. Maybe, I don't know if we'll make it all the way out to the open area where we can see them or not. Now see, this is an area where, because of this type of rock that's out here, it can be kind of sharp. Their feet. You can see it's quite rugged. But we are going to be running into some of this and on some potential plans that I have for next year. In about February, that I keep hee-hawing back and forth on. But anyway. And both of those trails have got, on the easy part of the trails, this kind of stuff. So, yeah. But anyway, back to my gear. So I'm not taking a sleeping bag on the Camino. I haven't decided. They've got some new models of the ULA out, but I think I'm going to go with my old reliable Circuit. I love my ULA Circuit backpack, and I think I'm just going to order another one. To me, it's just the right size. It keeps me from overpacking too much stuff. Now, when we hit the 30-minute mark here, we are going to have to head back, because that means it's going to take 30 minutes to get back home. And boy, those cactus are everywhere. And they're more than just prickly pear. Probably need to learn them, but the needles on them are very, very long. Yeah, maybe they are just prickly pear. Not sure. None of them are flowering that I've seen. So anyway, so that's my plan for my backpack. Now for my sleeping system, the plan is, as I mentioned, the sleeping bag liner, which I've already got one that's made more for hotels, but it's not the lightest thing in the block. But to help keep costs down, I may take that anyway. And then I bought a down blanket, but like I say, I totally got what I paid for. I got kind of what I deserved. and it's not adequate. And I have a rumple blanket, but the rumple blanket weighs 2.1 pounds. It's really something much lighter than that. So, and the rumple blanket is a down alternative, so it's heavier. Let's see, it's getting a lot more rugged. It's the area I spoke about earlier, just getting more and more rugged. Oops, the sleeping bag. I'm hoping to get far enough in time to give you guys a beautiful view. We'll see up here. Flowers. I just welcome them so much. You guys just don't know. We've had rough winters in both parks I've been in. Over the past little over 12 months now. And adored both parks, but the winters have been rough. And so anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do. And then I think I want to make sure I get a nice pillow. As I've aged, I've had a lot of trouble sleeping. And Nemo I have had multiple people tell me they have like a luxury type pillow that does weigh just slightly more. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get far enough over here to show you guys the view. We'll see. Yeah. And then for a neck roll, because I have arthritis in my neck, I will wear let's see, desert plants. We don't have quite the blooming here that they do in other parts of the desert, which I'm kind of disappointed about. Because see, we're coming up. There's the rim of the canyon. It'd be very difficult to see on the video. Rim of Grand Canyon. See, this is not in a public access area, so it's kind of a cool time to get to see an area like this. See, that's all canyon down in there. I'm hoping to get up here a little bit further before I have to turn around so I can show you that and then show you Cedar Mountain. We'll see how far I get and I'll show you the best view I can. So there's a clothing bag that's got like a soft kind of a velveteen-like finish on it that's actually made to be a pillow. And so what I think I'm going to do is look at that Nemo pillow. And then I'm going to do the roll. And one of them, you put your clothing in. It's a clothing storage bag. See, it's how rough it's getting. But in a lot of ways, more fun. See the sides of the mountain here? I'm headed down a little bit. Anyway, and so my bedding system is going to be the sleeping bag liner, a down throw that I have yet to purchase, and a Nemo pillow or some other pillow, and then the clothing bag is a neck roll. So that's the plan on my sleeping system. Because I don't really believe even though I'm going to be there late October through most of November. It's going to be tight getting the hike all in the time that we both have. All right, so see, you can see and there's Cedar Mountain. I'm gonna make it where I can get you a view, but we're not gonna get to do any hiking down, just we're not gonna have time. About 3 minutes, we're gonna need to turn around. See, there's petrified wood right there. Big old chunk of it. I'm not sure, I'd have to get up closer to it, but I think it's petrified wood. Might just be a chunk of mountain. So this is looking over the Grand Canyon on the other side of Desert View. If I didn't have Sweetie Pie with me, I could potentially probably follow this pretty close to work. I don't know if I could or no, because I think it goes down. I don't think I can get back up there, and they've asked us not to leave the trail if we are walking our dogs on this path. So it's beautiful, huh? Now, if we're going to see any wild animals, there's a good chance, because there's not hardly ever anybody back here, that we would see them. So, the animals that we would be more likely to see are coyotes, jackrabbits, different types of birds, and there's been some, what they believe are probably some nesting California condors. Back in here. See, actually over there by that mountain over there, that's Cedar Mountain. See it? Flat top. Gorgeous picture. We're going to go down here to this dip, get the view down there, and then we're going to need to head back up this way. But look at these white flowers. Milk vetch, I think they're called. They told us that these, I think these were one of the ones the ranger was telling me are only in the canyon. Now, that doesn't mean only in the park. That means only in the canyon. And they have a tendency to kind of turn this little bit of a, see if I can get the camera on them, light purple, light lilac color. I don't think you can really see it. And then we have over here some other ones, some more milk vetch, and then the yellow ones. Bunch of aloe, wild aloe, I believe. Yeah. So we're going to go down here to this curve, and then we're going to turn around and go back, just because of time. And then maybe tomorrow morning, depending on what time, I think we're going into Flagstaff with my neighbors. We'll come back again out here. But this is not an official trail, so I have not found any official mileage posted for it. So, I don't know if, like I say, if there's certain things that I've seen out here before that I just don't know if we're going to be able to. So here's a closer look at these flowers. Aren't they gorgeous? I figure, why go if you're not going to stop and look at some of the flowers, even if you're needing to go to work. I don't have to be there till 8:30, and my guess is it's a little bit past 7 right now. And we're 30 minutes into this hike, so that means it's another 30 minutes back. Look at all the flowers for this area. Look at them. They go all the way up and over here. They're a lot more profound than I think they're going to show up on the video. It's really pretty out here today. Look at that. I'll try and get a selfie up here. I won't film the way back because it'll just be more of the same. I will try and get some of the shakiness and whatnot edited out of this. And but this trail, you can continue taking it, and it will eventually take you over to Cedar Mountain, and you can walk around it. I just don't know if I'm allowed to take Sweetie Pie all the way over there. because even though I've been told I probably would be just fine. But I don't want to get in trouble. So I may do this tomorrow by myself. And just put on my day pack. Because I'm out here without my water right now as well. Because you can see how the road's turning right here. Kind of turns around and heads over that way. You're not allowed to collect rock in the national parks, but I'm not a rock collector, but I am telling you there is some fascinating looking rock back in here. Smooth and worn by time. See, there's where it turns. And then look over here. I was looking at these again yesterday. These tree formations. I wanted to go a little bit further in here and see if you could see the watchtower. Because it's over there somewhere. But I also don't want to get her. Look at the tree formations. They are just gorgeous. Now the Tanner Trail, you can see the Colorado River right down there. See it? I mean, we've come downhill a fair amount. See, it's really tiny. I'm going to see if I can hone in on it a little bit. Let's see. We won't get too close. See, there's the Colorado River. Yeah. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. That's how close we are. All right, I'm going to put it back to its normal. Get some of that. And I want to go over here and see if I can get a selfie. I don't really have the time. We need to do that another day. It's just, I'm having that urge and the itch to stay out here and not go back. There's no way that I have time to do that and then to climb back out of here. As you can see, we do have to go uphill. It's fairly steep, and it's not going to be appreciated because of, it just doesn't show up on the camera. Look at the formation of this tree, too. It's just cool. Well, guys, I love you. I'll get this video edited and up as quickly as I can. We're having a polleny and hay fevery type spring here in Grand Canyon. But when you come out like this and you get to see the flowers in bloom, you think, thank goodness for the pollen. All right, we'll talk to you later. Love everybody, but I'm gonna need to hustle to get back in time to leave for work because I have to be at work by 8:30 this morning. Bye-bye.